Good day on a Tuesday, September 12th. Welcome all you offshore fishing fans. This is Matthew Upton with ROFFS Ocean Fishing Forecasting Service, coming at you with the northeast conditions. We're looking at sea surface temperature and ocean color data. And this is a sea surface temperature image of the overall conditions in the Northeast from Massachusetts to North Carolina. In your red and orange are your warmer water, green, yellow, blue are your cooler water. And let's recap what's going on the last few days here. What we know for sure, as this is the time of year where the marlins start grouping up and thinking about heading south, but they're still feeding. They're still coming inshore to the better conditions, the better boundaries, and hanging out and feeding. And what we've known is, first of all, congratulations to our numerous clients out of New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, who has come down here to fish these good conditions south of Norfolk Canyon to Washington, to Poor Man's Canyon area. And what you've noticed and what's been really quite unique this last month is look at how far this Gulf Stream is inshore. It's pushed way up and in, and it's done this several times over the past month. But what they've been catching sailfish, white marlin, blue marlin on are these inshore Gulf Stream filament that's come inshore. This water's moving down, this water's moving up, and this Gulf Stream has been inshore almost over like hugging the 1,000 to 1,100 fathom curve east of Poor Man's to east of Norfolk for the last week or two. Up north, there's still a lot of good conditions out here. We continue to follow this large clockwise warm core eddy, Gulf Stream eddy, that is very slowly moving its way to the west, southwest. Now this water is more blended blue and blue-green mix, but there's still a good push of water up into Hudson to Tom's, down to Berkeley Canyon. We've got a counterclockwise eddy here pushing water toward the Wilmington to Baltimore. So water's coming down this way. And it looks good. There's a small clockwise eddy, looks like off of Spencer or south of Lindencoal. This is pushing water inshore the 100 for tuna, wahoo, marlin, dolphin. We've had numerous reports of a few marlin bites, Wilmington to Spencer to Tom's to Lindencoal, but also some tuna in the Tom's Canyon, wahoo even in the Tom's Canyon area. There's plenty of good fishing to be had out there, and I think it's going to continue throughout the month of September into October. As this eddy moves down, this Gulf Stream keeps up, and if this Gulf Stream pushes down a little bit more, it allows this eddy to move down into the canyons off of Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. Out east, still a lot to look at. This nice edge here. I mean, there's got to be water. There's got to be some decent fishing in there. Block Canyon, the dip area, maybe south of the dip a little bit. But now look, there's another eddy, a counterclockwise eddy, pulling some nice. And this water is 77, maybe 78 degrees, pushing over 50 to 100 fathoms. Fishtails, that's 100 fathoms. So just, 60, 70, 100 fathoms between West Atlantis and the fishtails. Looks good. Water pushing in this way. There's another eddy out here, pulling some water up. We've got a counterclockwise eddy off of Veach and Hydrographer. I mean, this is 500 fathoms here, folks, where there's some decent water still. And then look at this, another push of decent, warmer, bluer water 76, 77 degrees up into the Ladonia to Powell Canyon area. So we have plenty of chances from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York. When the weather permits, there's still some good fishing out there for a few more weeks into October, definitely, for the number of species. Let's take a look at the ocean color, the corresponding ocean color data, to kind of give you a better idea of where the bluer water is. Still lots of green water inshore, but that's okay. We got some bluer green filaments inshore, some blended blue for some decent water here still for you guys off of New York. Bluefin tuna, even mahi, white marlin coming through here still. When the temperature's right, this water's still 78, 77, 76 inshore, 75. But look at this, look at these eddies coming up, and the Gulf Stream pushed way in, this nice bluer water. It has been these nicer filaments that are inshore of the 100, 50 to 100, 200 fathoms between Poor Man's, Washington, Norfolk, where they've had a number of our clients had grand slams, even sailfish, white marlin, blue marlin, and some banner days over Labor Day weekend and early last week into mid last week. Notice the larger amounts of blue water still. Block, Hudson, Toms, down to probably Linden Cole, and this water pushing into Wilmington down towards Baltimore. And there's still plenty of fish probably in this water here. Bluer water still here. Some nice bluer green water way inshore filaments here and here. So this time you can see the sea surface temperature and the ocean color match up. The boundaries match up pretty well. But we're excited. When the weather permits, we'll see what Hurricane Lee is going to come up in this area here later this week. This will definitely cool things down and mix things up here. But when the weather permits, even before Lee comes in through or next week, this weekend, there's plenty of good conditions out there to fish still. So stay tuned. We'll do these North overall videos for another month probably or so. And happy fishing. Fall sneaking up. So get out there and get your last fishing trips in this next month or two. And we'll stay tuned. Talk to us at ROFFS and let us know what's going on, and we'll let you know what's going on. All right, over and out.